guys, this is Luz here. So today I want to talk about fear. In a few days, on Sunday, I'm going to be running my first marathon, and it's produced a little bit of anxiety, and I've been totally in my head, and so I don't often talk about fear or failure or what about just days that are shitty, right? So I wanted to recognize that I have fears as well, and this marathon has definitely been one of those things where I've had to really work with all the thoughts that are going on in my mind, and some of them are legit things where, after a training run, I feel like shit and I'm in bed all day. And so it legitimizes the fear. When I first started running, I've always loved running just because it allows me to be able to connect with myself and think about things. And so I remember when I signed up for my first half marathon, I had never run that sort of distance. And I trained up to it. And after the first half marathon, I felt like shit. I felt awful. I had to drive back from San Jose all the way back to Berkeley. And the drive was the worst drive in my whole life. I had to keep pulling over. I felt like I was going to faint. I felt really, really awful after that race. And then I signed up for another one and another one and another one. And at this point, I've probably run, probably over 5 half marathons in the last couple of years. My first race was early 2015. And I always thought marathons, there's no way, right? And at some point I was doing an event with a group of really amazing women. And I knew that something that really scared me was even thinking of signing up for 26 miles, because my whole life, I don't know if my whole life, but at least for over a decade, I've had this food sensitivity. And what it means is, I've gone to doctors for over 10 years, and I've told them I have this thing, etc. I don't know what it is. And they've said it's food sensitivity. We don't know what it is. We don't know how to fix it, but you have something, food sensitivity. And so if I didn't eat the right things, this still happens. It's less so the case. I feel like shit. And so during that first race, that first half marathon, I ran with chicken in my pocket. The little fanny packs that runners have. I had chicken in there just in case. And even afterwards, I still felt like shit. And so then after that, I continued. I ran some more races, still with chicken in my pocket. And at some point, I stopped eating chicken and I sort of went pescatarian. But in a few days, I have a race where I am going to be one of those crazy people. And it's 26.2 miles. And I'm nervous. And I'm fearful. And I'm anxious. And I feel overwhelmed. And I've so been in my head. And I've had so many thoughts about everything that can go wrong and how I might pass out. Once I went to watch a friend running a marathon, and this guy who was running by me as towards the end of the marathon, this guy literally passed out right in front of me. I had to go help catch him and take him to the ambulance. So all of these things are in my head of what could happen during this marathon. And so I've been freaking out, and at the same time, I feel honored and excited that I have this thing that scares me, and that I'm choosing to go forward with it and do it anyway. It's been scary, and after many practice runs, I felt totally like shit. I remember one practice run where we were supposed to do 22 miles. I had to walk a few of those miles, and I felt really, really bad. I had to make an emergency run to a gas station to get some food, and I had to keep stopping on the way home. It was supposed to be a 15-minute drive, and it took me an hour to get home. because I felt so bad, and then I just spent all day in bed. And so why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because things will get tough in life, and fear will always be there. Fear, if anything, it's going to be a constant in our lives. And so we can choose to be paralyzed by fear and hide in our shells, or we can choose to take that fear and dance with it and use it to be motivation and to help us get through, and to know that like you are more than your fear. If I don't finish this 26.2 miles on Sunday, that's not failure. That was a practice run, because I will get back on that horse and I will try again. I will sign up for another 26.2 and start training again until I'm able to finish 26.2 miles. And then as soon as I get that and I'm able to run the, full marathon and feel great about it at the end and feel strong, I'm going to sign up for a 50 miler, because if 26 miles without chicken in my pocket is scary, 50 miles is really, really scary. And so I have to do it, because I refuse to have fear paralyze me. I refuse to have something that is a challenge that can make me a stronger, better, fitter, etc. person, and shrink behind the fear of all the things that can go wrong. And so I encourage you to, if shitty things happen, or if you're afraid of something, or some unlucky circumstances that come up, don't let the fear paralyze you. Don't let the fear stop you from continuing to build the type of life that you're supposed to lead and that you can lead if you learn to dance with the fear. Because again, regardless of our circumstances, regardless of our background, regardless of where in the world we are, fear is a constant. Fear will always appear. So let's practice dancing with that fear and making it our friend and using it as like the motivation for us to do more and be more. And so do cheer me on this Sunday. I'll probably do a little video once we get to the race. And who knows what the outcome of this race will be. But I'm super excited, super stoked to be in Sacramento this Sunday. And I hope to finish, and I'm super grateful to my family for driving all the way up there to be there with me, and to my friend who's going to be running the race with me. So send good vibes my way. Send good juju. Pray. I know I'm praying. And I'll keep you guys updated as to how the race goes. But the fear will be there. Fear is your friend. Dance with it. And don't let fear hold you back from the dreams and the aspirations that you have. So go kick some butt.